Hey everybody, it's your boys here, and we're talking about another very important topic for gamers in general. All right, so let them know what they're talking about. Yeah,
We're talking
obviously.
about stop killing games.
Now, I mean, obviously everybody's kind of heard of this one. Um, I think this was sort of the reason I heard about it was during like the pirate software scandal. You guys all remember who that guy is, right? During that whole issue, there was a guy that he was talking to who was like the Stop Killing Games like advocate, and I think he was saying that Stop Killing Games like sucked or whatever, or like the bill sucked, and he ended up getting into a huge argument with that guy, and that ended up making the whole community be like, "What the fuck?" Right? Like that's pretty shit. Anyways, that's how I remember Stop Killing Games from. Like, where did you guys kind of hear about Stop Killing Games from?
I think I heard from it from basically the same thing because that's when it really started like blowing up. It's just that recently, because it's actually gaining some traction, that the story has kind of resurfaced again, and people are actually starting to pay more attention. It's like, oh, like it's actually been kind of like talked about in the EU, and there's like a petition to talk about it in terms of the in the US as well. So there's like a lot of just like conversation about it now. So yeah, that's why we're talking about it.
Well, I know that they're trying to pass it. Was it? I don't remember where, in California or something. But I mean I didn't actually know this, but California is the fourth largest revenue in the world, or no, economy in the world. I was like, what the fudge?
Yeah, it's like a really ridiculously high economy.
Also, Bev, tell him why you can't really talk right now. He's too famous to tell us. Okay, so Bav really can't talk right now because he's getting his penthouse swept out. He had too many parties, one too many parties, so he had to go fix that. So he won't really be talking this episode. So it's probably just me and Michael for a bit. So back to what I was saying, Michael, you've had time to kind of look at this bill in order, right? And
Sure.
well, at least
Yep.
like me too. With my ADHD, I've managed to watch the video that gave me sort of a summary of the whole concept, right? And looking at it right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, and you guys are going to hate me for this, I am not a fan of all of the stuff in the bill. And obviously with bills, they're going to change, right? Like parts of them end up becoming changed, or they start getting like refined, right? But as it is currently right now, I just can't be like, yeah, I'll take the whole thing. Like, it's just not cool. What do you think about it?
I think it's a good idea to raise awareness that there are a lot of companies that are clearly abusing this because there are no laws to protect it.
Okay.
I think that's I'm not 100% sure about whether this law should be, or like whether there is, like, I think there should be a law. I don't know if it is exactly the way that Stop Killing Games is laying it out as. Like, I'm not sure that's the exact, like you say, the final form of what the legislation should look like.
Right.
But I do agree that there needs to be some sort of measures to prevent certain companies from abusing the fact that there are no rules about it.
So, I have a bit of a different opinion on this one. Sorry, not because I think companies are probably they're using this because it's there, right? But the way I interpret it is not every single game needs an end of life. Like it basically, the bill just says games need sort of like an end of life sort of thing, like depending on what they are. Live service games, they're exempt from that. I think single player story based games are exempt from that. Any game that's made with no monetization and no money in mind, like free games that you just download off Steam, they don't have to uphold that rule. It only comes from sort of like larger corporation kind of games that are like that have like a multiplayer element to them and a single player element to them, like the example the guy made in the video was like Battlefield Hardline, right? Because that's eventually going to be ending soon too. So they need to sort of announce, like, okay, this is one of the things I think I really like about the bill. It also addresses this, which is gamers now have to, or games have to now write if they are a licensed product or if you actually get a product. Like, you know what I mean? Because the license to use a product is not the same as having the product. And dude, I'm totally for that. We should have had that years ago. Because I was talking, like, you know, digital rights is huge. Like, most people don't even know that on Steam, when you buy something, you don't buy, you're not actually buying the game, you're buying the license to play that game, right? So when Steam eventually dies, like, yeah, you'll never have access to any of your games because you just have a license to play them, right? You don't actually own the games, and then that brings on the question, like, why are you paying full price for this game if it's a license to play the game, right? That's my biggest break with the whole situation. But now that law says you have to actually distinguish and tell the person before you buy it, like, hey, this is a license for a product, not the product. Great rule, awesome, right? If the bill was just that,
here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Like, I think this is the first thing that comes to mind for me. If you knew, right? Let's say you're on Steam.
Yeah.
And let's say they make it very clear that there's a differentiation between you're purchasing only the license of a game, or you are purchasing the actual product itself.
Right.
Right. Will that actually change your decision making?
If they're both the same price, that would kind of question it. But
no.
To me, like, just me, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, no. To me, no, because I know what I'm getting myself into on Steam, right? I think this is more to protect, like, because if you go into, like, EB Games or something, right, and you're an adult or a parent or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm trying to buy this for my son or my nephew, right? And they give you a box. They'll, you know, GameStop will physically sometimes give you a box of the game, but in the thing, there's no physical disc. There's a code to redeem the game online, right? And that's a license, right? So, like, I think it's to protect those consumers. And I also do think that there is a large majority of gamers that don't actually understand that you're buying a license, right? Yeah. It may not change their opinion, right? It may not change their opinion once Steam actually puts this, but it will get it into their mind that you are not actually owning this product. And I think the moment that becomes more in the, more in the communities and people are talking about it more, that's when we can start being like, hey, why are we being charged more, or why are we getting these, like, features or whatever if it's just a license of a product, right? So this will open the door to conversation for that, right? But me personally, no. If I saw that, I'd be like, whatever. The only thing I would kind of consider is, can I go out and buy the physical copy of this game for the same price, right?
The answer is I don't think so. Well, like, it's not only that, but I don't think you can even buy the physical copy, even if you wanted to.
Well, depends. So one of the things I bought recently was the Mega Man Battle Network collection, because I loved Battle Network when I first got a Game Boy, right? Okay. And they re-released all of it with like all the games in a collection, right?
Yes.
And they released it for $80, right?
Okay.
But you could buy the thing on Steam for $80 as well. But you could also buy the physical hard copy from Best Buy for $80. So you know what I did? I just bought the Best Buy copy, right? Because I get a physical copy, like, and that's one of those things where it's like it will help you be like, hey, you're not getting a physical game. So I would never buy those kinds of things like that I want physically from Steam. Right.
Yes, but I think the example that you're providing, while extremely valuable, is a very, very, very rare occurrence. Like, I think for the most part, most games will never have a physical copy for sale, unless I'm wrong. Right? Like,
you mean like that? Okay.
Yeah, like it's not like you're going to be given a choice, is what I'm trying to say. It's like, at the end of the day, like, there is never going to be a physical, quote unquote, copy, not physical copy, but let's say ownership copy, right, of Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever the new AAA title is. They're never going to sell it to you because it comes with all sorts of, like, different, like, liabilities, right? They're most likely just going to sell it to you as a license.
I think they still. It's a good. What was the newest Call of Duty? Black Ops 7. Okay, so let me see if I can buy a Black Ops 7 copy.
Oh god, we're at 7 now. Jesus. They're just really kicking that dead horse until there's really nothing left in there.
Dude, I mean, hey, they'll learn one.
I mean, to be fair, what I've heard is that people are getting increasingly sick of how garbage that game is.
Yeah.
And they are starting to lose like a ridiculous amount of money.
They
which
really
I'm
are.
happy for.
Yeah, this
I mean,
is
they
exactly. They do. Yeah, and this will help them. Fucking, this is the kick in the teeth they need to be like, oh, fuck, we can't just print artificial money, or not artificial money. We can't just print money doing garbage forever.
I think the most fascinating part is when they start doing those like shareholder reports and they have to somehow like manipulate the numbers so that it looks like they're doing well, but they're actually like not done well at all.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Nintendo?
No, we're not.
Call of Duty.
Oh shit. Oops.
Yeah, no, it's like it's even for Ubisoft, right? Like when Assassin's Creed came out, and they didn't do well.
I think Skull and Bones, right? That one.
Oh my god, the fucking.
Yeah.
I've been like crazy looking at like Assassin's Creed lore in like the last 2 days, right? Or not 2 days, but like last week after we were talking about like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, like the remake, right?
Okay.
The resync as no, let's just call it a remake. What is with all these like titles, like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just because they synchronize the memories, right? That's cool.
I get it. Fine, there's a story reason. Fine.
Yeah.
All right, but pretty good stuff there. And also Hayden Kenway is like one of my favorite characters, and like, you know, I mean, you guys know who he is, right?
Nope.
The Pirate King, the original One Piece.
Wait, that's not Hayden. That's not Hayden.
No,
Hayden
kidding.
is not him. Hayden is the son.
Edward Kenway.
What?
Right?
Edward Kenway is Hayden's father. Hayden Kenway is a Templar.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh no. Shit, I
loved it. It was so cool because like I remember when I was playing Assassin's Creed 3 the whole time. You think, oh, you're playing as an assassin, and he's got like hidden blades, and he's got like whatever, and like you know, he's doing all the assassin moves, and then at the end, like near the middle or beginning of the game, at the end of the prologue, you discover he's actually a Templar, and it's like, oh my god, that's like huge, like, you know,
the audacity.
The audacity.
Did you just like do like some huge spoiler without anyone knowing?
No, dude, that's not even the game. Like that's like number 3 doesn't like Hayden is an aspect of 3, but he's not the main focus of 3. The main focus is Hayden's son, which is Connor, right? Just a ballistic missile. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, fun times with that. Before I derailed you guys. What were you guys saying?
You were before this like ADHD took over. You were trying to like find to see if it's possible to buy like a physical ownership copy of Call.
Yeah, so I found that. Yeah, you actually can find it.
Wait, can you send it to me? I just want to take a look at it. Okay, so this is a this is like a ownership copy.
Yes.
Are you sure?
It should be that. Yeah.
Okay. Because the.
But here, there's a problem. Yeah, you can already see the problem. You can't play this game unless you have like a connection to the internet.
Yes, but the reason I'm asking this is because Hardline has the exact same requirements, and they're just shutting down right now, right?
Right.
So it's like, I guess this moves on to like the main topic, right? It's like I'm not even sure again, like I'm not even sure if all of this is even like possible per se. So it's like do you think companies should have like an ownership one and a like license one?
Oh, I see what you're trying to say. I feel like we should have the option to, but obviously like going forward, I think the most feasible way for the companies and the way they can save the most money is to eliminate physical copies. And they'll blame it on something like, oh, environment and like blah, 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 and less packaging, right? And that's probably what's going to happen in the future. So most of it's going to be like digital copies.
As if they care about the environment. bro.
I mean,
Right.
it's a good way to blame it on something that you don't actually. You're just saving money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Um,
Line those pockets somehow.
Exactly, brother. But I'm obviously arguing on the point of the what do you call it? The companies, though. I do think that like gaming companies are not necessarily evil, right? They are playing within the borders. They're just, how do I say this?
Greedy.
They're just selfish.
Yeah,
They're just that really is all it comes down to. They're just selfish. They're not even greedy. I wouldn't even see that. They're just out there to progress their survival, and that's it, right? Because they just want to make money at the end of the day and survive, right? Which, if that's evil, then okay, like every D&D character that's like anywhere close to that is evil. So, fuck it,
I mean, I do feel like that some corporations are pretty evil. Speaking of Nintendo, with the Switch 2 key cards.
This is like a big big topic, but like being evil to me is not necessarily like just you surviving. Yes, it's selfish. That doesn't necessarily make you evil.
No, I mean,
Right?
what they do is like they just bunker down and lawyer up whenever any indie companies decide to have a unique idea that's even remotely similar.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, we're talking about. Wait. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
I know where you're going. Okay, man. I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna defend Nintendo on this one. Okay. Because I understand why it happened. Okay. You want to know why? Okay.
Because they have no ounce.
Before
They
you
don't even
kill
have an ounce
Nintendo.
of creativity, bro.
No. Okay. Before we continue with that, okay, we are talking about Pocket Pair and their stupid ass game. What do you call it? Fuck, Power World. Okay, which I'm gonna be real, looks like a blatant asset flip to me. But okay, forgetting about all that, I just muddied the whole water on the subject. But the way I see it, patents. So it was a patent infringement. They didn't get them for copyright because the game would have been shut down by now, and it hasn't. Right? The game is fine to stay up. They just had to change something. So Pokemon, actually in Japan, has copyrighted or patented this specific thing, right? Because patents have to be very specific. They can't be broad, right? If you say you're gonna patent like Pokemon or catching animals in something, that is completely unpatentable because it's not specific, right? So your patent has to be very specific. And Pokemon or Nintendo, their patent was for catching creatures in a small ball. They patented that, okay? Which is why you can see a ton of games. Yeah, because it was really specific. Other games have done Pokemon catching, there was a bunch of games that came out, like, what was it, like Dinkdom or whatever? No, not Dinkdom, that was like the mining game. But there was like that one where you collect Pokemon in cards and stuff, right? Like a lot of other companies have done Pokemon catching and creature catching, but they never catch it in a ball. They always catch it in something else, like a cube, a fucking Digivice, or whatever. Like all these things, right? Pocket Pair fucked up by doing it in a ball. That's why they lost, or they lost that case.
They should have just used a cube or something.
Yes, and that's what they did. Later on in the game, right now, the game is still up. They just changed that aspect of the game to something else. Right? So that's what happened to them.
I think they just straight up removed it, right? That entire animation.
Yeah, I think you just capture them in something else now. But what I'm saying is anyone who is saying that Pokemon went after them because they made a unique idea and all this stuff has nothing to do with that shit, okay? Like, it has all to do with the patent infringement that they've committed, right? And also, I'm gonna be real, I do think there's a level of AI asset flip in Pocket Pair's game, okay? I can't prove it, but I know it's there. Okay, because I've seen these assets before. It's not even a polished game. I don't know why everybody's keeps thinking it's great. And also, Pocket Pair has a previous game that they've made, which looks like a Legend of Zelda ripoff. Okay, and they completely just destroyed that game. Like, as soon as the new what's this new game called? Power World came out, they just completely left that last one. They just have a habit of just doing that. So don't be looking at Pocket Pair like there's some great company like indie developers and shit. They're after the same thing, just making a ton of money, okay, as cheaply as possible. But anyways, that's my tangent on that over.
So back to your original point, then, what would you say constitutes as something that's evil?
Something that's actually evil is a company knowing that this is a terrible practice. Nobody gains except for the company, and like it's just terrible. It's just like a terrible thing for either people or the environment. Like
Nintendo
companies
raising
willingly
the prices of games.
No, but there's a logical reason to that, right?
$120 for a video game, bro?
Yeah,
Wait a
dude,
minute.
what? No,
Logical.
I'm in the camp that says video games aren't expensive enough, all right?
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Bro,
Like,
they don't even
whoa.
have the game on the key card. It's an empty
Who are
key
you,
card.
Rush?
What do you?
Who are you?
I don't know you anymore.
No, dude, the fact that games have remained relatively the same price for like the past 15 years shocks me, all right?
Well, no, they've been increasing for a while, dude. I don't know, $89.
Like, everything
for a full
else
price.
has increased to astronomical prices, and you're telling me I can still buy a video game for about $80? Like, that's kind of crazy, you know? And even
like
then,
93,
there are
but-
games now that are just like even cheaper than that if you just get them on like the Steam store or something, right? Like, gaming, I think, as a whole has gotten fucking really cheap. Maybe not necessarily building the hardware to sustain a game, but like, if you are a gamer, you're in like your fucking prime right now, man. It's never been easier to fucking pirate a game.
Oh, actually,
to
What's an
fucking-
example of someone
Yes, that's
doing
a good
something
point.
evil then?
Yeah, so like I said, like if you're illegally dumping like a chemical into the water supply and you know it's evil, you know it causes harm, and you do it anyway, right? And you have no logical like reason as to why you're doing it other than like I'm just saving like a ton of money, and also like
So what if I make a game,
yeah,
I tell you I have a lot of plans for it,
okay,
and that we're here for the long run.
right.
But basically, internally, I know that if this game doesn't reach a certain metric by week 1, I'm closing down this game. But I'm charging you $80 a week.
you're basically blatantly lying to me then. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
considered
like, but
evil,
that's literally what the game industry is doing right now, right?
Really?
Like,
Like,
there's literally like there's another part. Like, there's been like a lot of games recently
Mhm.
that are live service games, right?
Okay.
That make their game out, and then they tell you that we're here for the long run. We have a roadmap of a year's plan of what we're gonna do, and at a certain point, before the roadmap is even complete, they'll close the game down because they're like, it's no longer sustainable for us to do so. But they're charging you full price, right? And there's a lot of companies right now that are creating live service games, but also with the intention to know that if they're not going to make like if it's not the next big money cash grab, like it doesn't go viral, basically, they're just gonna close the whole thing down. Right, but they won't tell you that, obviously, because you won't buy it if you know this. So they won't ever tell you this. They'll tell you
Right.
that, oh, we're here for the long run, we're here to sustain this game, right?
Yeah, blatantly lying to me like that, yeah, okay, I can consider that evil, right? But the problem I have with Stop Killing Games is it doesn't address live service games. Live service games are exempt, right?
No. It live service games are only exempt if the game itself is free, so
Yeah.
you're not paying for the product,
Or if it's subscription.
and B,
right?
it's a subscription base because you're paying on a monthly basis.
Aw, dude, but okay, so this is like one of the problems I have with it, right? Because now what companies are going to do is make everything subscription based, just so they can skirt this law. Because they're going to do it the most fishiest way possible, right?
Right.
Or what they're going to do is they're going to have an end of life thing that they're going to put in, but it's the shittiest end of life ever, right? Like
Yeah,
the
but
game
if
is in a
you
playable
if
state,
you
but
can
it's fucking
see what
garbage.
the end of life is, you can make your decision of whether you want to buy it, right? Like if I play it, let's just say this gets enacted, right? Let's just say for the sake of the example, it gets enacted,
Yeah.
right? And it's like they show you, oh, this is our end of life. We're gonna do basically. You're only gonna be able to ever play the tutorial. That's it. You don't get to play anything else. It's only the tutorial that you get to play forever, right? And if they say that, and I still choose to buy the game, that's okay. That's my decision, right? It could be a good decision, it could be a terrible decision, doesn't really matter, right? But like, at least I know, right? But if the right now the concern for a lot of people is like, at least the Stop Killing Games initiative is that people are charging you a ridiculous amount of money. Not ridiculous. Let's just say a decent amount of money, right? Because you're saying games aren't too expensive. So let's say a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
For a game that they can pull the plug whenever they want without ever telling you, and you could just literally see your $80 go down the drain without a reason.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's
right. So it's like,
bad. Yeah.
So it's like that's what they're concerned with, right? So, like I said, right, I don't think I think there's definitely a conversation that needs to happen on the specifics of these. I don't think, not entirely sure we're going to go through that much of it this episode, but there is certainly a point to say that there are a lot of games, like our favorite game, High Guard. It's like they just get the game out saying, hey, look, we're doing all these things, we have all these plans, we're gonna do all these things for our players, and it's like, yeah, we're shutting down, peace, and then they leave, right? And everyone who has paid, who believed and supported that game, is now getting screwed over because they've just lost a bunch of money for something they can't even play anymore. So it's like, I do think there is a certain responsibility for a company that like needs to uphold that they are. I'm not sure, and honestly, I'm not sure what that looks like. Right, I'm not sure how that exactly will look like. But there needs to be some responsibility where game companies can't just be like, I'm gonna throw this out, and it's gonna like I can pull the plug at any time. Now, the counter to that argument is that if you do that enough and people actually develop a brain, then people could just say, yeah, okay, I'm just never buying from you again. Right? Like, if you have a terrible enough reputation, then I can just never buy games from you again, and your company will collapse on itself soon enough, right? But like, I guess they're trying to like prevent it from reaching that point.
I don't know. For me, I've always seen when I purchase a game online, like especially if it's a digital license, right? I've always seen it as like a risk, like like Ubisoft could die at any moment, like tomorrow, right? And like Rainbow Six is just gone. Like all my purchases in Rainbow Six are gone. Like, and that's just like the truth. Like that's something I live with, right? But most people, I don't know if they're okay with that, right? They're just like, oh my god, like I spent all this money. It's like, I've always seen when you buy something online, like a game, being a risk. Like I don't know about you.
No. Like I don't. No, I wouldn't say. I think the only time I would ever say that the money I've spent on a game should be a risk is, no offense, if I play a gacha game and that gacha game is clearly pirating assets that they have no right of pirating, right, and this game is gonna get completely cease and desisted in like probably like a month, like, and I'm wailing on that game, like I'm sorry, like like I've seen like a game, for example, which is like literally it's a gacha game of every popular thing in this world, right? There's like Luffy from One Piece, there's Marvel Avengers, there's Gundams, like like some games try to skirt around this by like giving them different names, like instead of Iron Man it says Iron Warrior or some stupid stuff like that, right? Okay. But like this game was not.
Is there a specific game you're pointing to here?
No, I don't remember the name. Like I downloaded it like a long time ago. But like it was a real game. Like I'm literally calling it was a real game I played. Right. And it was like it literally calls it like Luffy, and it calls it like like Iron Man, all this, and it's like this game is about to get destroyed in like a month. Like someone's gonna find it and just like completely cease and desist the living crap out of it. But like those are the only times where I would say that like I think there's clearly a risk. But like if I'm buying a certain game, like I do count it. I do think that it is it is a product to a certain degree, like and it is kind of, maybe again, like I'm coming from an era where we did buy CDs and we did install it, so like we kind of still have the idea that it is a product per se.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I truly believe that sometimes games, like I treat games like a product, and if I buy a product and suddenly the product stops working after like a week of usage, then I have a problem with that, right?
Yeah, right. I get you. Because of unexpected sales or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
I will say in that respect, I do agree with you. Highguard has no right charging people and then not refunding them. I feel like in Concord they did refund everyone, right?
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe.
All right, I'm not. I think they are. I think Concord was. They refunded everyone that was involved in it, and like that like lasted for a bit. But Highguard was just definitely like a oh my god it failed kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, they like failed, like peace out, you know, or like I don't think they refunded anybody. I'm not sure. Again, like I didn't follow the news that well. Like all I know is that they made a game, it wasn't that popular, it like collapsed on itself and then they shut down basically. Right. Like I and don't get me wrong, like I think it's a very extreme case where you refund everybody.
Yeah.
Like I think that in itself is a very dangerous precedent.
Well, I actually don't even think it's a rare thing. I actually think it's more common than you think, right? Because like most games are just kind of like, oh, if they're good, they're good. But then most games, like 50% of them probably just die immediately. We just don't hear about them. Like Hardguard was the biggest one that I know of, but like there's probably more that just immediately die on impact. Like, you know?
Yeah, perhaps. Like maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but like I don't. What I'm trying to say is like I don't think there should be. I don't know how to say it. Like I think there under very specific circumstances a refund might be warranted.
They should have refunded everyone who bought the Golem game.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That Golem game apparently was like the thing, dude.
Apparently it was like one of the worst games ever.
I know. I'm being sarcastic.
So bad, yeah.
It was like actually terrible. But that's different, right? Because they delivered a functional game. It just wasn't what you wanted. That's different, right? What we're talking about is delivering a game and then again, I'm not sure, but I'm going to put money that this Golem game is a single player game. I don't think it's a live service game.
It should be exempt from
Yeah, like it's like I'm sure that you can still play it even if the studio like dies per se. Or like the game is no longer whatever. Like you can still play it. You can but that's like it's just you bought a bad product, which is again fine. It happens in life, right? But I think that the conversation of Stop Killing Games has always been about the conversation about people who are purchasing a game and then like cease having the game, period. Like they just don't have the product from here onwards, and that's what makes it really bad.
Do you think it takes a lot of money to host like a game, like online, not online, sorry, to have the place to download a game on Steam? Do you think it takes a lot of money? I wish I knew the specifics.
Well, no, they take a cut, don't they? Like Steam takes a cut.
So Steam just does it automatically, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like every platform, like Epic Games, Apple, Google, Steam, they all have a cut basically. So every time you
Here, let me be more specific as to what I'm asking. So let's say you have a game, right?
Yeah.
It died for whatever reason. It's dead. Okay. And it was like, it doesn't matter if it was multiplayer or single player, whatever it was. It's just dead. The company doesn't want to support it anymore, right?
Okay.
But I still want to play this game. So there's a game called Warhammer Regicide, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but like I totally want to play this game. Okay, Steam used to have this game. I think they died or something happened to them, and now the game is completely gone off Steam. If you own the game, you can still play it, right? But nobody new can purchase the game anymore.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, dude, okay, even though the game died, I would still buy this game, right? Just so I could have it. Like, I understand it's not going to work. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to play the single player. But I really just want to play this game, right? So, do you think it takes money to just leave a game up on Steam? Maybe it takes bandwidth.
I don't think the company who made Regicide is being charged for this. but it obviously still maintains a certain amount of space in the entirety of the Steam server, right? Like that's irrefutable. It has to exist somewhere, right? But that's what kind of like Stop Killing Games is trying to advocate for, right? It's like, okay, let's say Regicide used to have a single player campaign, a bot mode, and a multiplayer mode. Let's just say for the sake of it, right?
Right.
Now, the company who made Regicide is closing down, or they've decided to abandon the game. They're no longer supporting it. Obviously there's no new updates. B, there's no new content, and C, they're going to take away the multiplayer stuff. So you cannot play multiplayer on Regicide ever again. However, you can still play. Let's just say you can still play the single player, the campaign, and you can play against bots. Right, like that's what they're advocating. Where it's like you're not going to get like the full game exactly the way that it was when you purchased it, but you still have some semblance of the game where if you can still appreciate the product for what it is. Right, that's what they are advocating for. Because I'm pretty sure they made a very clear statement. They're saying like, we're not asking you to host a game indefinitely for the entire history of time, but we are asking you so that you are able to that you are able to honor that some parts of the games should be maintained and not just completely destroyed.
Okay, so one more thing that I want to kind of go over in terms of corporation. Okay, so I think, and this is going to sound really fucked up to everyone else, right? But I think it's in the vested interest of companies to bring down their old games, okay? Now hear me out, okay? The reason that they should is because they are not only now competing with every other game, they are competing with every one of their last games as well. Right? And I know from like a consumer thing, you're like, oh, who cares? Like, just make a really, really good game and everybody will migrate, right? But imagine people are still playing like Halo something. Like they probably still are, but like let's say I made Halo 1, right? Or not even Halo 1, just like I made multiplayer for like something, like the first Halo game or whatever. And now we're on Halo 25, right? If every iteration of the Halo games are still up to play, that divides my potential profits and like user base like by a ton, right? So I feel
here's my right. So here's my challenge to that, right? Let's assume you're a competent company and you're not like Activision, right?
Okay.
And every time you make a new version of your Halo game in this situation, right? You're trying to make it better. And you succeed in making it better, right? It's like the concept of like Hades, right? Hades is one of the more popular like games where like there's a first version and the second version, Slay the Spire, also really popular right now, right? Like let's say you make a game that is actually an improvement from your last game. Like there's like it's just like literally the things you loved about the first game, except it's just better. Like there's more features, it's smoother, it runs better, whatever it is, right? Why would I still play the original game?
There are still people that are like, I want the same hit. Like, or I felt this way when I played this first game, and or me and Jimmy played this game like when it first came out. I want to relive that, or I want to stay in here because I like this one particular item or system better than I would.
Right. So my belief, is that is not how most people work. My belief is that people will go to the new game if they feel like the new game is better. Because if you play the new game and then you go to like one of the older versions, right? Like you'll find that if it is an actual improvement, it will be like like I like that game was just like a lot better. It's just this game but better, basically, right? Like Halo 25 is just like Halo 10 but like a lot better because it's reiterated 15 times in this situation. Like I think the reason that you see the people in that kind of pool, which are like, oh, I'm gonna go play Halo 4 or Halo 6 or something like that. I think there's a small percentage of them is just doing it purely because of nostalgia, which I think is most certainly plausible.
Yeah.
But I think mostly it's because the games aren't improving. Like people just go to the games that, oh, like maybe like Halo 6 is $80. But it's like 10% better than Halo 5, and Halo 5 is on sale for $12. Like, why would I go buy Halo 6? It just doesn't make sense to me economically, right? And so people don't move, right? So like companies have to use really annoying methods such as shutting all the other games down in order to make you move, right? Like for example, FIFA does that, right? Every time a new FIFA comes out, it's like we're gonna shut down the old servers because we're gonna force you to go play the new one. It's not because their game is better and people are migrating over. It's because they're forcing people to go over it because they're like, hey, we don't have any other way to convince you because we're not actually building a better product most of the time. We're probably building something just as bad.
No, but like, okay, you're correct on that. But I genuinely do think new games, like people will play games for whatever reasons. Like Hades. Like I know Hades 2 is good. But there are genuinely people that are like, I don't want to play Hades 2 because it's a female protagonist, right? So
Okay,
they'll go and play Hades 1 for that reason, right? Or they're like, oh, absolutely. My best memories were like of Hades 2, and right now we're on like Hades 7, and Hades 7 needs multiplayer people, like people to play the multiplayer with it, obviously, right? Let's say we're on Hades 7, but there's people like, I love Hades 2 because Hades 2 had a female, so I'm just gonna keep playing Hades 2. You're really hurting your product because like there are potential clients that are just playing other iterations of your game. Like it's weird. Like,
yes, but here's going back to your argument then, right? But that's exactly why I should keep Hades. I shouldn't destroy it, right? Because if let's just say someone looks at Hades 2. Right, they look at the advertisement, they watch a YouTube video of the gameplay, and they're like, "Oh, dude, this game looks sick. I really wish I could play it, but I don't want to play with a female protagonist." Right? Let's just say that's.
Yeah, but Michael, that's such a hindrance on future games. Like you are now splitting the amount of like, let's say there's a bunch of food at the table, right? Like before, they would take away.
You're not splitting the food. You're not.
Yeah, you are. You're not splitting the food. Just making new food, but nobody wants to enjoy any of the new food because everyone is liking the old food and playing the old food for some.
That just probably means your new food's not that good.
That's not true. That's completely not true.
No, because you just argued my point, right? You just argued my point for me. Like again, back to your example, right? Let's say I want to play Hades, but I don't want to play a female protagonist. Like for all the audience out there, that's not what we mean. We're just using this as an example, right? But let's just say that's the case, right?
Right.
Okay. If I don't, let's say I'm very insistent on that, like that's a make or break for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to I'm not going to buy Hades 2 just because of that, right?
Okay.
But I could go and buy Hades 1 because Hades 1 is a male, right? It's a guy. So I'm not splitting the pool because that person wouldn't even be in my pool if I don't have Hades 1. If I only had Hades 2, this person wouldn't even look at my games.
Yeah, but but it could be like that's their small little like whatever. Let's say it's a game system, right? Like going forward, game systems need to be changed too, right? Like you can't always just keep making the same game system again and again and again, right? Like you have to put a spin on it. And what if someone's like, oh, I don't like the spin on this particular game system, like this small little thing, so I'm just gonna keep playing my old one.
Like the Switch.
Like that really.
But that's market demand, right? Like if you make a game system that your market does not like, that's a you problem, right? Like you just created a bad system.
I mean, you are correct, yes, but I'm looking at it from like the game. What do you call it? Like the companies, like multiplayer games are going to take a big hit because of this one, man. You know, because nobody's going to play these like new No one's going to give something new a chance. People are apprehensive of trying new things because their old things are just better, or they think the old things are just better. And like back then, we would eliminate that choice for them, right? And then you would make a new game, and it would just be a lot easier to be like, okay, we don't have to make this appealing to like every single person because we can just kind of make this appealing for the general audience and we'll get away with it and stuff, right? And like those other people won't be like here, or they won't be split. Like our audience just won't be split amongst different games.
Yes, but sorry, Babs, did you want to say something? I heard you on mute for a second.
Oh,
sorry.
I just said like the Switch 2 when you said it's a console that nobody wants. Sorry, I have such a hate boner for Nintendo, and I'm not. That's gonna be my whole personality.
Me too. They literally did the best thing ever, which was make the Switch, and then they ruined it. They ruined it.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Thank you.
It's because they always do this. They win the console war in the very end, and then they fucking shit all over everyone. Yeah, it's like, god damn it, dude.
And then people will thank them for it. It's insanity.
Yes, actually. People will. Yeah, people will thank them for it. People will be like, "Oh, thank you, Nintendo." Like, where would I be without the Nintendo store that has all my old Nintendo games, but I have to pay for them, and they're all licenses now.
Dude, remember when they got rid of the eShop for the DS?
Yes,
that is the shittiest thing that they've ever done. Okay, sorry. I feel like I've diverted the topic again.
No, it's all good, man. That's fine. That's part of it. Actually.
It's something worth talking about, dude. Yeah.
Because but like
I think back to the original like premise, right?
Yeah.
Like I again like what you're suggesting is someone is like trying, at least from what I feel, is like someone is trying to make a big leap of something. Like they're creating an entirely new system. But most of the time, if you look at good like innovation, is that you take something existing that's popular, you add a little twist to it, and then you see how it works on the market, right? It's not like people who are building something entirely new and they're saying we think this system is just going to be great. They are taking a risk because they're building something entirely new for an audience that may or may not like it, right? But the people who make more strategic risk, who are actually worried about losing all that money, will make a system that says, okay, this is based on something really popular, but we're just gonna add our own spin, right? That's like for the best example I can think of is like PUBG, right? PUBG comes out, it is a battle royale shooter, and it gets really, really popular. Like people are playing it like absolutely crazy, and then Fortnite comes out and says, okay, that's really cool. Let's make a battle royale shooter, but now you can build buildings, right? And then there's like Apex Legends, I think that's the game. That's what it's called. I don't remember the game anymore. Like, and they're like, hey, let's make a shooter game, but we make the combat more dynamic, right? Like you get to go on these tight ropes, you get to slide all over the place. There's more action. It's like almost like a COD level combat in a battle royale instead of the PUBG realistic, right? Like innovation is people building step by step towards something new, and sometimes they'll reach something that people don't like, and that's just the way it is, right?
But yeah, society we never do this. Like, name a time where you have access to all of the legacy items for something. Like even in cars, you don't do that, right? Even in cars, they stop producing.
Yes, because the car stuff, for the most part, again, like they're trying to make you buy the new parts, right? It's the same logic.
It's like new cars, right? Like, yeah, you can still have your existing old car, but they're not producing the old car anymore. You know what I mean?
I have a suggestion for making.
I understand that, but we're not asking you to create the old stuff. We're asking you to like. How do I say it? But like these are not things that they need to reproduce, right? There's no production line for an old video game, right? We're not talking about like cartridges or something like that, right? We're talking literally just like an old game, right?
I don't know. For me, it just looks like these companies are not competing with themselves as well as other companies, right? And yes, that would make an overall better consumer item in the very end, because this thing would have to compete with everything, right? Like you were saying, it would have to compete with even older versions of the game, right? So this product must be really, really good because it competes with everything, right? And it wins. But the reason I don't like this is because companies are really advertent to change as well, and they will not try and do something unless it's overall profitable. So I think we would see less games because of this.
No, I would just say they would make less risks.
Yeah,
but I also think games are irresponsibly spending money anyway. Like they're spending too much money on garbage.
I mean that's true, but
amen to that, brother.
At least they're trying, right? That's the one thing I would give them, because I would rather companies give it a shot and try and fail and like it's not even on my dime, it's on their dime, unfortunately, right? Then be risk advertent and not put out any.
No, but it is on our dime as well, right? It's not on your dime specifically.
True,
right? But
yeah, it's on other
people are going to spend money on these games because they want to believe in that dream, and then they get shafted because the game just gets taken off, right?
Yeah.
So
but
it's like
now the big companies are going to be even more advertent, or they're going to find a greasy way to get around it by being like, oh, all of our games are actually like offline playable, so they're fine. They're always like end game supported, right? But the offline is like garbage. Like, you know, it's the minimalist like offline.
Yeah,
you
sure.
just run around the tutorial map for like half an hour.
Yeah, like sure, but like at least that's something, right? Like I think the feeling of being left with absolutely nothing is somewhat of an issue, right? I think for a lot of different games. Again, I'm not saying I am 100% not saying like, oh, you should give me the entire game offline. I think that's crazy. But I do think that there needs to be a concern for the consumer, because right now the gaming space is so unregulated and so like Wild West basically that people can do all sorts of like crazy stuff and just to maximize profit. That's why people are willing to invest so much money into games right now, because it is a very profitable industry, right? If you can attract enough whales, if you can attract enough people to spend money on it through very manipulative means sometimes, but you know, like, yeah, like people are going to spend a ridiculous amount of money, and people need to be aware of that, right? Because they can just say, oh, I have all the control, I can just pull the plug whenever I want, and you can get absolutely nothing from this, right? That's the concern that I understand kind of why Stop Killing Games exists, because it's more so than trying to put a law out, it's trying to bring to our attention that there are some really shady stuff going on, and that we need to be aware of these things, and that companies need to be held accountable for their shady stuff. Because, like, for example, back to the point about live service games, there was a talk about how the reason why people are making a lot of live service games right now is because everyone's trying to be the next GTA 5, right? GTA 5 apparently, like according, I think it's like Bel Air News, they're making like $10 million a week on like microtransactions, like buying their currency. Not even membership, because membership you only can buy one membership, right? But like they can also buy currency. These people are earning $10 million a week buying currency. So it's like everyone, all the CEOs, all the executives, all the shareholders, they look at that and they say, yo, why can't we make that game? Why don't we go make that game that is so crazy that we're going to end up with $10 million a week? And then when it doesn't come out, they just say, okay, we'll pull the plug.
It's just with GTA in particular, haven't they cultivated like a loyal fan base from the good, previously not online versions, like, you know, GTA San Andreas, Liberty City, Vice City, like all that stuff? Isn't it just because they had a good reputation? Like they kind of forgot about that part of the equation and just want the end result.
100%.
Yeah, so it just seems a little silly at the end of the day that they're.
And they also weren't the one who made it, right? Like I think what happened was someone made a mod for it, and it got so popular they bought out the mod from the people who made the mod.
Shit.
Because they're like, yeah, this is like really, really good. We're gonna just buy it off you, and then now they've taken control of it, from what I understand.
That's great. That poor guy. I hope that guy got a good settlement for that mod. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I hope he got paid well for what like for the stuff he's doing, right? Like I think one of those things is like, yeah, like I think modding is like at least for PC is like extremely important for people, because you know you don't know what the next great idea is, right? A lot of the best games in the world have been spawned from modding, basically.
I swear the modders are better at fixing games than the actual developers too. Those guys are a whole different breed. Well, like for instance, you know, Borderlands, the Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I think that's the entire game. One guy legit remade everything from the ground up. He fixed all the balancing issues. He fixed the character skills, the enemy spawns, the loot drops, all this stuff, and called it Redux. And he just made the game straight up better.
You know why that is, though? You know why all that stuff is bad?
Why?
because those people are driven by passion, not profit.
Amen.
And that's the key to everything creative. I think if you're driven by passion, you'll win every time. Every single time.
That guy did a service to the entire community by making that game mod. Honestly.
Yeah, well, I think that's the important part, right? Like, there's yeah, passion is like, obviously these people are passionate, and like sometimes people with passion and creativity create like craziest things, right? And but it's hard, right? Like, because like I understand ultimately it is to make money. Like, these are still companies, they are trying to make money, but and I also think, like, you know, if given enough time, the market will correct itself, right? Like, if you are a person who keeps buying from this company who keeps scamming you, you're either an idiot or you'll know not to buy from them again, and eventually that company will collapse on itself, right?
Yeah.
But that's the like the I guess the problem is, before we're hoping to get this before the damage is actually done. Please spend money, you know, like a legal citizen should.
I'm not trying to, you know, there's gonna be people that are gonna get arrested for stealing video games, and then it's gonna be like, well, I watched this one podcast and they told me this, and it's like, oh
yeah,
no.
it's like oh yeah, this guy said it's definitely not piracy.
It's not piracy. It's not real. It's like,
because it's not real. I don't own this thing. It's like, oh god, here we go.
Oh no. We promote positive family values here, okay?
Yeah, we're promoting like good citizenship, okay? Like we're not doing this right now.
Pay for all your products, but if you don't like something, you know, obviously fight it with your wallet, okay?
Yeah, get a refund if you can't.
Get a refund.
Steam does have refunds if you don't play it long enough. You know, if you play it for like an hour and you hate this so much, you can get a refund, dude.
Get a refund, boys. Play with the refund. Hell yeah. I know fucking Jimmy. This dude fucking plays, and he has a timer for 2 hours, and once he gets to like 1 hour 59 minutes, he goes and refunds it.
That's cutting it close, dude. That's cutting it close.
This guy's crazy. Oh my god. But hey, that is the rules of Steam, you know? Which is pretty cool. The fact that you can play a game for 2 hours and go back and be like, I don't like it. They'll give you back your money.
That's why we need Gabe to live as long as possible, man. He's the only one holding the line right now.
I know, right? I need Gabe.
Once he dies, dude, I'm so scared for the gaming industry as a whole, dude.
Yeah, I'm terrified too. I'm so fun. I think we're done. I think it's over.
We are done. We're gonna have ads in our games. We're not gonna own anything. We're gonna be like, it's gonna be like a subscription base to even use Steam. I guarantee you. You're like, oh, you want to access your Steam library? Hey, you know, we're only allowing you to install 10 games, you know, at any one time. If you want to install more, you gotta buy the premium subscription. It's gonna be a complete hell, dude.
Oh god, the premium sub. Oh, and if everything becomes a sub-based game, ugh. Okay, but to be honest though, my like the last sub-based game I played was what was that? It was that MMO. It's actually really good. Alan talks about it all the time. Albion. Albion's actually a really fun game. I love Albion. And there is a subsystem, but the best part about Albion is like the subsystem. It's such a good game. I don't mind paying the sub, and you get so much out of it too that you're just like, man, I should just pay the sub. So every time I play the game, like I'll just buy a subscription, you know, because they make it so inefficient to play the game without a subscription.
It's like RuneScape, right? It's like you can technically play parts of the game for free, but if you want to, if you like what you see, you can pay more to access the rest of the game, right? I think that's okay.
Final Fantasy XIV does the same. You can play the first 2 seasons just to test out a character.
Which is a lot of content, by the way. Like, a lot.
I think it took me a couple months, actually, the first time around.
Dude, it is a stupid amount of content they give you for free. So, like, yeah. I can't even fault them for that. Like, if you can't make a decision by then, you probably don't want to play this game. Like, that's just the story, basically.
Yeah, man.
Because, like, it's a very generous amount of content. I will give them that.
I guess that is the difference between the games that crash and burn and the ones that tend to do well. Like, they kind of know the correct ratio of trying things out before, like, basically, well, I guess it is kind of forcing a subscription to continue, but, you know, still.
Well, it's more like they're respecting your time and money, right? It's like games that release demos, right? It's like, hey, I'm not sure if you like this game, But if here's a demo, it's like 20-30 minutes of gameplay. If this seems like your vibe, hey, give our game a try. If you don't like it, just uninstall the demo, no hard feelings, move on with your life, right?
Yeah.
But then there's other games which are like, oh, it's $80, we just give you like a very manufactured trailer of the game. Doesn't really tell you anything. If you like it, pay us $80, right? It's like, okay, like, why would I do something stupid like that, right?
Or you could be like Nintendo and charge for the tech demo. God damn,
You
dude.
charge for tag demos?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
charge for tech demo.
I think it was like $12.
Oh, wait, what's the difference between a normal demo and a tech demo?
Oh, it's
Like,
literally
I
the console, how it works. It's a little like a $12 game that you can play and test out all the features. Your little guy just running around in your Switch 2. Ugh.
Oh,
I think games
wait,
are doing
but you already have a Switch 2 at
That's
that point,
right. That's right. You do have a Switch 2, and they make you buy the tech demo.
But why do you need a tech demo if you already have the tech?
I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
Like
It's
that
stupid
doesn't
as
like
hell.
remember,
It's
like
stupid as hell.
maybe I'm crazy, but like like you tech demo to use the tech, right? It's like I would need a tech demo for the PS4 or PS5 before I buy the PS5, right? It's like why would I need a tech demo if I've already bought the damn thing? I don't need a tech
but
demo.
back
I
in the
am
day,
using the
You can
product.
also just go into the store and try it. Well, that was before, but like you could just try out the console as well for free. You'd play something like really generic, like I don't think Rocket League was there at the time, but like some sort of racing game, right? And you just try out the controls, have a little bit of fun with your buddy because there's always like 2 or 3 controllers, and you test it out yourself. You don't have to pay $12 to look at like these little mini people running around the goddamn console that has no games
That's when
for
you
it.
know you've
and
made
the
it,
game
dude.
key cards.
That's
Oh
when
shit.
you know you've made it when you can charge for tech demos,
Ugh,
dude.
and people eat it up, bro.
Dude,
It's like imagine you're a company and you're hiring, but you charge for interviews, dude. That's when you know you've made it.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure they do. In some
oh my!
companies.
Dude, you just hurt my soul with that. man.
That company better be worth it.
Yeah, like I was gonna say that they charge for there are now closed beta tests that like literally require money for. But like when you actually like do the thing or whatever, like when you actually like the game launches, you actually get a portion of your money back or something as like currency. I guess it's kind of interesting.
Would you have to buy the game again? I guess you do, right?
No. When the game comes out, it's free, right? Because it's a free to play like MMOs.
Oh,
But like,
God.
yeah, to play in their closed beta, you have to pay some money. But I heard it's really good because it stops like people from just like those people that are like, oh, I'll just sign up to this beta, and then when they get the email to play the beta, they're like, ah, fuck it, I won't play it, right? So it really like limits the amount of people. Like these are for the hardcore people that are like, I genuinely want to try out this like game. And they're gonna put the money up forward because most people don't want to put up the money forward, but you get it back as like currency later when the game releases.
I'm not gonna lie though, if it's a gacha game, like that money doesn't really hold up properly in terms of currency.
Ooh, I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
But I get to go play this gacha game a month or 2 earlier than everyone else, and I get real life currency for
That
it.
is true.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I miss Zhu Yuan. I really wish they reran her banner. Oh well. Woo, a collab coming up this month, folks. We're gonna do a video on that.
A collab? Oh no!
Cyberpunk, it's the game you hate.
Oh god. On a related but unrelated note, Diablo just had its collaboration with Berserk.
What?
Okay.
Diablo 4? Really?
Yeah, and the reason I even know about this is because one of the bands I listen to, called Beast in Black, made the song for the collab, right?
Oh.
And I was like, holy shit! Like it looks freaking cool. But okay, that's just a collab. But yeah.
Damn. Check out our
I mean,
collab
that is a cool
podcast
collab.
as well.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? Like both are really dark, grim, dark universes. Like it sounds like a really good match, honestly.
Yeah, it's a great match. Like it looks great. Like the trailer looks really cool. It looks really interesting. It looks fun. It makes me want to play Diablo, though I'm not really a Diablo player myself. But yeah,
I'm actually
that's
really
the-
surprised. I always feel like you'd be an ARPG player.
and yeah, probably. I probably
Just like
would.
like just like Hulk smash, like
Hulk smash.
no strategic
thoughts,
thinking,
yeah.
just running it down like as fast as humanly possible, getting all sorts of shiny glitter bombs in your face. Like it sounds great, dude.
I'm gonna check
Oh
that
my
out
God.
because I do have
Someone-
Diablo 4.
Someone made a mod for Space Marine 2 where you play as an Imperial Guard, and it looks really good.
Is the Imperial
Oh, I've
Guard
seen
like
that
the
one,
enemy?
but it's like you can summon squads of people, right?
No, I think that's just your friends.
I've seen no. I've seen one where it's like you're an Imperial dude, but like you get to summon like squads of guardsmen. So it feels like you're a bunch of guardsmen just trying to fight the Tyranid horde.
That's crazy. I mean, I love it. Maybe that's what we should do next time. We should look at really cool and interesting mods for games. Or should we just do like cool collabs? Like, you know? But then the cool collabs would probably, if Jimmy was here, just be like Miku X Magic, Miku X this. It's like, dude, can't always just be fucking Miku.
Dude, it's all Miku, dude. It's always been everything.
It's always been Miku. It's always just been Miku. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy bought the freaking new what's this stupid thing called, like a Gatebox 3. Have you seen one of those?
God's name is a Gatebox 3.
It's a hologram projector, and you can have your real life like Miku right in front of your eyes.
Dude,
while she's
we would need to do like a surprise like live stream of like his reaction to like a Miku projection. He would like lose his mind.
He would, he would fucking. First of all, I think these are affordable and like
no, they're not affordable. Like, I mean,
they're
like
not affordable. There's a few hundred. That's okay for a person whose like whole life is about like, let's say Miku or whatever the fudge, right? Or you know, or anything holographic coming to real life. Like I'm pretty sure this is their dream. Like, you know.
Oh, 100%. Like if you're all like crazy obsessed with this, like, yeah, it's entirely possible.
Gatebox 3, boys. Gatebox 3. I can totally see. You could rig this up. I'm gonna rig this to my thermostat, right? And like get like Google AI to like somehow like, you know, mix itself with it. So I could tell Miku to change my weather. Or not my weather, my AC system in my house. Like, you know? It'll be kind of cool. It's like having a little Cortana in every corner of your house. That is creepy though, but still.
I don't know, man. I think the rest of the people living in your house will have something to say about that.
But well, anyways, I think today was a pretty productive chat, though it was a lot of, you know, talking.
Yeah,
about
my bad for the
legal
Nintendo
stuff.
rants. I feel very strongly about what they're doing in this economy, bro.
No tangents
No, man,
are what we
dude.
need, man.
Yeah, they're exactly what we need. I need you to be like hella passionate about a subject, you know?
Hell yeah, it's definitely something I'm feeling towards that subject.
Man, one day we should just do a whole thing about how Nintendo used to be the king and now they're fucking an evil tyrant. Like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I
will agree with you. There are other things Nintendo does that I'm just like, the hell is wrong with you guys? Like, you know, not necessarily the patent infringement thing, but like, they do stifle creativity of other like companies.
Absolutely,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
Any ounce of inspiration, can't have that.
Can't have that. And also, Nintendo's the only fucking company that has the audacity to never have sales. By the way, okay, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, what do you mean?
They're so
Like,
cocky, bro. Holy shit.
yeah, they're like, no, you will buy our product regardless of the situation. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they're right, but god damn it! Like,
I guess that's.
Oh no, man. That sounds like just good business practice, dude.
no, it is like they became the kings of like the universe, right? They've won every console war, and they're sitting there like on their throne, like they're like, oh, you want to do this? Like, oh, like maybe next lifetime, buddy. Like, you know what I mean?
That sucks.
That's about it. And thanks for joining us for another week of fun on the Q Flip podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any ideas for what you want us to talk about next time? Put it in the comments below.
Heck yeah. I mean, you know what? If you have any ideas for the name of the podcast as well, that would be pretty cool. And
Yeah, we're thinking about changing this Q flip.
The Q Flip? Oh no, Q Flip's sick. No, it's
the inside joke.
All right. Anyways, yep.
Thanks for listening. We'll see
All
you
right,
guys
peace
next
out.
time. Bye.
Bye bye.